The stories of Black people in America have been marginalized. And, there are some instances where we as a society bring some of those stories to the forefront, whether it's Jackie Robinson or if it's Dr. King or if it's Malcolm X. We talk about those people. But we've really sort of de-emphasized the stories of everyday people. When we talk about Black history, we usually talk about it within one 28-day period. And when we do that within that one 28-day period, we give reasons for people to ignore Black history all the other months. But in reality, the stories of Black people are the stories of America. They don't happen anywhere else. They don't happen in Canada. They don't happen in South America. They don't happen in Europe. These are specifically stories that are stories about Black America that are typify what it means to be an American. These stories are the perfect understanding about what America is. Black people in America have endured the longest immigration story in history. And when I say the longest immigration story, I mean that if you are German, or if you come from a European country in the 1920s and your family is here and you don't speak any English and you don't have a dime to your name, you can become a middle-class person. And in one generation, when you are separated from that accent and you are embedded in a culture, because of the color of your skin, you become American. You are no longer part of the exotic other. But Black people, because of the color of our skin, in the situation that we've been in, we are always considered the exotic other. We've always been told to go back to Africa. We've always been told this, but the people don't really understand that Black stories are American stories. They are the story of what it means to be American. Black people in America are the true rugged individualists. And if we don't share our stories, the stories of everyday people, then we will never get past that place where we are the exotic other.
Two people brought to mind was the idea of the Horatio Alger story. This idea that there are these people who, by the force of their character and the force of will of who they are, they go out into the world and make a way for themselves. They go from rags to riches. But the reality of that story is the Horatio Alger story is a myth. Horatio Alger Jr. was a man who wrote books about these men who did these things. There weren't real people. It was just a common theme. But for people like Henry Box Brown and Richard Potter, this wasn't a myth. This was fact. They went from being livestock to being successful. And because we look at these people within the context of Black history, we don't make the connection that the real Horatio Alger stories in America is Black America.